Welcome to your horror podcast. Here, you will not only listen to real stories that will chill you to the bone, but you will also learn and expand your English vocabulary. This is a unique space where spooky tales meet language learning. Remember, you can enjoy this tale with your headphones on for a fully immersive experience, or just listen while you're doing your chores. So get comfortable and let's begin the story. This is one of those stories that walks a fine line between urban legend and criminal tragedy. While many fictional tales have been created under this name, its origin often traces back to real, heartbreaking cases of extreme negligence. Unfortunately, the horror we're about to explore is not just a myth. Over the decades, news reports have emerged from various countries detailing rodent attacks on infants living in conditions of extreme poverty. The story you're about to hear is a chilling blend of these accounts, a narrative that has echoed through generations. Years ago, in a humble neighborhood on the outskirts of the city, lived a young mother raising her few months old son all by herself. Her house was precarious, barely standing, built with makeshift materials that let in the biting cold of winter, and more disturbingly, the vermin that roamed the nearby vacant lots. It was a stifling summer night, the air thick and heavy with humidity. The mother, completely exhausted after a grueling double work shift, gently lulled her baby to sleep and placed him in his simple wicker cradle. Overcome by the oppressive heat, she left the patio door slightly ajar, hoping a stray breeze might offer some relief and cool the small room. Fatigue was a powerful force, and it quickly pulled her into a deep sleep right there on the old armchair. Around midnight, the profound silence of the night was broken by a soft, almost imperceptible scratching sound. It was subtle at first, easily mistaken for the house settling. Attracted by the sweet smell of milk lingering on the corners of the baby's lips, enormous sewer rats began to emerge from the darkness, their beady eyes glinting in the faint moonlight. Now, legend has it that these creatures possess a macabre and disturbing cunning. They do an attack all at once. The tale goes that the rats, one by one, began to lick and then gently bite the infant's extremities, his tiny fingers and toes. The most terrifying part of this legend is the belief that as they bite, they blow a cold breath onto the wound. This breath supposedly numbs the area, acting as a crude anesthetic, preventing the victim from feeling the immediate pain and crying out for help. Hours passed in this dreadful silence. Sometime before dawn, the mother woke up abruptly, startled by a sudden, gut-wrenching feeling of dread. The silence in the house was no longer peaceful. It felt heavy, absolute, and unnatural. A wave of panic washed over her. She scrambled to her feet and ran to the room where her baby was sleeping. Fumbling in the dark, she flipped the light switch, and what she saw made her let out a blood-curdling scream that jolted the entire neighborhood awake. The white cradle was no longer white. It was stained a deep, horrific red. The baby was still there, but the animals had been feasting. They had devoured much of his fingers, his soft cheeks, and his little lips. Upon being discovered, the rats leaped from the cradle with astonishing speed and vanished back into the cracks in the walls, leaving behind a scene of irreparable tragedy and unimaginable grief. Beyond the sheer horror of the event, this story serves as a grim and powerful warning. It highlights the very real dangers of neglect and the dire lack of hygiene that can plague the most forgotten and impoverished sectors of society. It is a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones born from desperation and neglect. In some versions of this tale, the psychological trauma is too much for the mother to bear. She loses her mind and is said to wander the streets aimlessly, forever asking passersby if they have seen her lost son. This element often connects this dark myth with the well-known figure of La Llorona, the weeping woman, another tragic figure of folklore. Remember, stories like these have been passed down from generation to generation. They are told around campfires and in hushed tones late at night. And although they are incredibly hard to believe, the chilling doubt always remains. Could there be a sliver of reality hidden within the horror? Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories that will keep you up at night. I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Talk English podcast. Good night.